welcome to another edition of Strikers Best Bets. Today,
Hi,
Piere, I
Ryan.
thought we'd spoil the guys and actually tell them what meeting we're previewing on the weekend, because I failed to tell them last week. So we're previewing. So we're previewing Saturday at Kenilworth,
Right.
which is a standalone meeting on the weekend. Do you
Cool.
want to
And
get straight into it, Piere?
sure, let's go. Race
Okay, so
two.
yeah.
I looked at number 3, Winter Snap. I mean, last time you ran in a feature race behind Direct Hit. Yeah, I know it's long ago, but it is 1,000 meters, so it's a sprint. You can get away with fitness, even if he's not 100%. So, being a 3-year-old, improving, ran second to Direct Hit, I think it's a potential banker.
Okay, let me run through the betting. So they're betting 19 to 10 Winter Snap, number 3, 22 to 10 number 6 Little Boy Blue, and 33 to 10 number 7 Elusive Winter, 4 to 1 Black Cheetah, and 12 to 1 Bar 1. 12 to 1 Bar the top 4. So the only other horse that I would add is a horse called Elusive Winter. This is in my opinion. He's done very, very well over the course and over the distance. He's got Gareth Wright in the irons, who knows the horse very well, and he's racing fit. So for me, it is a 2-horse race, Winter Snap and Elusive Winter. We own that horse, Malmesbury Missile, who ran against Black Cheetah 2 runs ago behind Military Command. And I know that they think a hell of a lot of Black Cheetah. We finished third behind Military Command that day. And I know that this is a very, very nice horse. But for me, I tend to agree with you. A 3 is a potential banker. If our viewers want to add one more in, I would potentially add in Elusive Winter. On to race 3. Should I call out the betting first, Piere?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So race 3, they're betting 26 to 10, a horse called Flying South, number 3, 33 to 10, number 8, Miller Strength, 15 a 4, Cedar Point, 6 to 1, Cray Chic, and 7 to 1, and Better the Balance. This is race 3. They're betting 6.5 to 10, Gimme Rules, 3 to 1, Jet Force, and 4 to 1, Goodness Gracious Me. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, I think Gimme Rules seems like it could be a bit of a special horse. It's a 3-year-old, 3 runs and 2 wins, and last time out won by 2.5 lengths. It's drawn to 1,400 on the bend. It's got so much in his favor, more scope for improvement. So I think number 2 must be a hard horse to beat. If you want to go a bit wider, maybe the 6 is, it looks like it's well handicapped in this field. And then maybe the 1, we don't know how good he is. Drawn 1, won his last 2. He could still be progressive, but I'm definitely going to lean towards number 2, Gimme Rules.
I agree with you, Piere. Okay, we move on to race 4. Give me a second. We're trying to pull up the betting. Race 4, I have called out the betting. 26 to 10, Flying South. 33 to 10, Miller Strength. 15 to 4, Cedar Point. And 6 to 1, Try Chic.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards the favorite once again, Flying South. The reason why is because it's a 1,400 and a good draw helps a lot. Flying South won last time out. Chad Little rode her, and this is Appy's race, so obviously Chad Little couldn't ride her. But Piere now rides and he claims 4 kilos. So whatever win or penalties Flying South picked up last time now is at the book because it's a
Okay.
4 kilogram claimer. So I'm going to lean towards number 3 Flying South. But in looking at that, you can start adding quite a number of other horses too. The 7 Trey Chic and maybe the 8 Mellow Strength. I always get concerned about Appy's races because sometimes they still learning and horses are pulling and they're running around or they don't take the bend. So if you want to maybe rather go wider, put all 3 those horses I mentioned.
Yeah, my only concern with Flying South, I'm not a great maiden winner uh, type of man. But I do know that Trey Chic has got a number of these horses beaten at the weights. In terms of Hiawatha Goldberg, I think it's about 4 kilos better off at the weights, and finished in front of Hiawatha Goldberg. I think is 6.5. She's 6.5 kilos better off at the weights with Mela Strength, and she finished in front of or just behind Mela Strength. So for me, it's I like Trey Chic very, very much, and I'm going to I can suggest that the guys put in 2 horses, but that's me. If the guys want to follow you, okay, you're the master of your trade, not me. I would add, I would listen to you, but for me, I'm putting in the 2 horses, 3 and 7. Okay, we move on to the 5th race, over 1950. I'm just waiting for the betting to come up. Apologies. They're betting 17-10 Gaelic Victor, 13-2 Heal and Soul, 7-1 the Piere, King's Quest and Coco Zero, and 15-2 a horse called Gentleman Joe.
Well, this is a race where you can just about put the field in. So for the bar pot, I've tried to cut it down, and the Piere I've tried to cut it down. But you could easily add another horse or 2. The pick 6, you can just about go the field. This is a handicap, and this is over 19 and 50 meters. It is on the bend, so it helps to have a good draw. But sometimes they go quite a good pace early on for position, and the back markers can slot in the back and not sort of be pulling back to get cover. So it could work. This race could work out well for any horse in this field. Consider the field in the pick 6, but otherwise go sort of wide in this field.
Great. I think what's very important for us to stress, Piere, is that okay, you work out skeleton, bipods, BAs, pick 6s. We advise the guys to add where they think needs to be added, and especially if they fancy a horse in the race, then they need to add to your suggested perms.
Yes.
Down to race 6, over 1,800 meters. They are betting this is a very open race. They're betting 3-1 number 9 Lavender Bay, 33-10 Beneath the Clouds, 9-2 Heliotrope, 5-1 My Only Weakness, 7-1 To a Penny, and 15-2 American Beauty.
Yeah, I've tried to cut down where I can because it's a small field. I mean, there are 2 races where I'm going very wide, so I've got to cut down somewhere. I've tried to cut it down to number 1 Heliotrope, just because drawn 1 and claiming 3.5 kilograms, better off at the weights with a couple of other horses here. So like for instance, Lavender Bay, the favorite. Gone up a kilogram for short head, and number one heliotrope has gone down half a kilo and claiming 3.5 kilos. It's a huge turnaround. Drawn one, so that's why I'm going to cut it down to the one. And then I thought maybe I also can improve American Beauty. I know, like you say, maidens. I'm also in your camp. I don't normally like to have horses that have just won a maidens because, you know, they could have beaten a weak field. But it's only had 3 runs, won its last start, carrying 52 kilograms. I see, okay, Moosey's going to put half a kilo over. But drawn 3. So on that, I'm going to just cover up with American Beauty.
Okay, beautiful. It's also interesting to note that heliotrope was drawn 1, okay, with a claimer on, and Lavender Bay with 60.5 is drawn 9.
So heliotrope could be our value bet for the day.
Absolutely. I personally think that heliotrope will go very, very close. And I quite like this youngster, Piere. He rode a horse for us in Durban on Friday night, a horse called Wings of Josephine. He gets a great tune out of her, and I like the way he sits in the saddle. And I think he's going to improve as he goes along. He's riding for us in Durban, the same horse for us in Durban next week. And I really, really like this youngster. And I think if he's given enough chances, I think he'll improve immensely. We move on to race 7. So this is over 1,100 meters, which is down the straight at Kenilworth. They are betting 7-2, number 9, Winter on the Green. 9-2, Ozark. 11-2, Avignon. 13-2, Easy Living. 15-2, Champagne Mac. And 8-1, and better the balance.
Well, once again, this is an apprentice race, but it is 1,100. It's not the most difficult, but I mean, obviously, the inside draws have always proven to be favorable, but in the pick 6, I would say it's a field race. It's a very difficult race to cut out any horses. But for the PAs, I've cut it down to number 2. Bonnie Boucher, number 6, Champagne Mac, and then obviously the 9, even though it's drawn on the outer side. That's a difficult race to cut down in the pick 6. So I would suggest maybe go to the field and cut down on the PA where you can.
I agree with you 100%. Okay, we move on to race 8. Also sprint distance, over 1,000 meters. They're betting 22-10, number 2, Tertullian. 15-4, number 4, Demanding Dave. 9-2, number 1, All About Al. 5-1, Major Apollo. 6-1, Flying Finley. 13-2, a horse called Mexican Pete. I see that's moved from Durban. From Nathan Cotson, is now with the Herman Brown stable, and then 12-1 bar these horses.
Yeah, so I'm leaning towards number 2, Chilean. 3-year-old, got more scope for improvement. Ran down Gimme Rules, which we fancy earlier on. So that could be a nice form line to follow if Gimme Rules wins. And then my little rough in this race is number 3, Mexican Pete. Obviously, 4 kilogram claimer once again helps a lot. I see the horse has pulled on many occasions, so maybe coming back in a shorter distance could just be what this horse Mexican Pete is looking for. So in the pick 6, obviously, I've cut it down to the 2 Mexican Chilean Mexican Pete, number 3, and number 4, Demanding Dave. But I think 2 of those horses, maybe the 2 and the 3, can get away in the place accumulator.
Perfect, I agree with you. We then move on to race 9, which is the last race on the day. It's another 1,000-meter event. They are betting 18-10 Inside Voice, 4-1 Game of Tricks, 11-2 Love Shack, 8-1 Oktoberfest, and 10-1 and Better the Balance.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think number 5 Inside Voice has to be a banker. I mean, it's a 3-year-old improving. It's only had 4 runs and it won its last 2 starts, but won with ease. And last time it was at Durbanville, drawn 7 out of 7. So obviously, that's a worse draw. Even though it's not a big field, you're still on the outside. But it won by 4.5 lengths. So now it's still 1,000 meters, and it can only improve more. I mean, like the second favorite, Dame of Tricks, she's already a 5-year-old, so she's had many opportunities, even though she did run shorted second last time, also from a bad draw, but she's had many opportunities where Inside Voice is a lightly raced 3-year-old, has to have more scope for improvement. And for that reason, I think Inside Voice, number 5, is a banker on this card.
I tend to agree with you, Pierre. The only other horse, if I was considering another horse, is this horse number 6, Love Shack. It ran 4.5 lengths behind Inside Voice on the 3rd of September. Excuse me. Is now 4 kilos better off at the weights. So I'm not saying she's going to beat. Excuse me. I'm not saying she's going to beat Inside Voice, but I think she's going to get closer to Inside Voice. Can you hear me?
Yep, all sorted.
Perfect. Pierre, thank you so much. We're going to put up your value bets and your PA's pick sixes and bar pots. And I hope the viewers treat it as a skeleton and they add what they fancy on the day. And I hope they walk away with bags and bags of cash.
Yeah, let's hope we do better than last week. I mean, the week before we did quite well. Last week wasn't so good, but let's hope this time we turn it around.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just to let the viewers know that you will be down at Kenilworth on the 6th of December. As you know, we sponsor the Phillies Guineas in Cape Town.
Yeah, it's called the World Sports Betting for these Guineas, isn't it?
Absolutely. So we will be, okay, you and I'll be down. Okay, you'll be doing a couple of interviews in the ring, okay, with the guys with MJ Baileyfeld and co. And you are sitting on the panel. I think they're recording on the Thursday night, or the Thursday afternoon, should I say, of the 4th. So we're not going to be doing a podcast that week because you will be on the Phillies Guineas panel, okay, which will go out onto YouTube and the like.
Perfect.
All the best to you, young man, and we'll chat very soon.
Thank you, Stuart.